Welcome to the Morgan Homestead. We're going to do some quick updates today for you. I had filmed a bunch and I don't know what happened, it got lost. So first thing we're going to probably show you is our chickens, how big they are and how they're doing in their outside enclosure, and then we'll bring you over to the greenhouse and show you that. So we've done a few things to the outside house.
Run.
Do you want to show them, Kev?
The chicken run, yeah. So I just added a couple.
Why don't you go get in
Couple routine poles here for them. They seem to like them. And then I also added a dust bathing sandbox for them.
And then on top,
And I guess I added a couple stumps in there for them to sit up on too. They seem to like standing on top of those. And we just added this as a temporary thing to kind of keep things from being able to fly in there. And, you know, aerial predators, that kind of thing.
so yeah, they're really getting used to being outside. They're about how old now? 5.5 weeks or something?
6 weeks now.
6 weeks?
6 weeks yesterday, I believe.
6 weeks old, so they're getting pretty good. As you can see, we have some chairs set up. We kind of sit out here and watch them. These are our first chickens, so this is pretty fun. Their colors are coming in. Their feathers are getting really defined and pretty. This one on top here seems to be a rooster, and so far he seems pretty nice. As far as we can tell, how many roosters do you think we have, Kev?
I think we got probably a total of 8 roosters and 9 hens.
So, yeah.
There's Benny down there.
This one down here, this little black guy with the yellow feet, we call him Benny. We were calling him Black Betty, but we think it's a rooster. So now we changed it to Benny. Hi, Benny. How are you? How you doing? He's really friendly. He likes me to feed him some grass. They all like that, I guess. But one of them has had a tummy ache, so we're kind of laying off feeding them stuff from the yard right now because we're not sure what caused that. So I don't know if anybody has any ideas. We're in Minnesota. I just pulled some foliage from around them and threw it in there. They love that, but it seemed to create diarrhea on 1 or 2 of the chickens. So I don't know. I did some research. I'm not really sure how to identify what I should and shouldn't feed them, so we're just taking a break on that right now. But no, they're adjusting well. Looking good other than that. But, so that's an update on the chickens. We'll bring you over to the greenhouse and show you that. Okay, we're over at the greenhouse. We'll give you an update on this. We've had our plants in here for about a week now. I had filmed us putting them in, but I don't know what happened to that. So, we'll show you what it looks like. So, open the door here. So all along the edge here, we have all of our hydroponic totes and everything that I had started in the house from seed in the hydroponic totes. And then we have some other stuff in containers here on the floor, and I've started some more seeds here that are going to eventually go into raised beds and or hydroponic totes. I haven't really decided yet, but everything's looking and doing pretty good. At first it was a little shocking. It was cold out here in Minnesota. Today is May 28th. It's about 75 degrees today, but when we first moved the plants in here, it was about, what, 50 something, Kev?
Maybe low 50s.
low 50s. The water was cold, it was straight from the well, and we also changed the hydroponic solution to a different type. So the water was cold, new solution, cold air, and some of the plants kind of went into shock and didn't make it, but most of them have recovered pretty well and are doing good. I did lose a few, but we've got some celery over here that's doing great. These are all peppers along here. Some of them are looking a little bit droopy today. I'm not sure why, but some are flowering out nice, and it's about 80 degrees in here right now. But all these are peppers. And then over here we have more peppers, some more celery, basil in the back, cauliflower, tomatoes, some really big strong tomatoes, and what are those in the back there? Cauliflower?
Yep.
And in the raised bed here we've got onions in the front. I have kohlrabi in the middle here, some more tomatoes, a couple plants we bought from the store here. I wanted to compare the tomato plants from the store in the dirt to the tomato plants in the hydroponic. So that's a little test on how they do. And then we've got some sweet potatoes there that I bought from the store, and then we have some
Butternut squash.
Butternut squash. These were started in the house by seed, and they're looking a little droopy.
It's dry in here.
So I'm going to have to get some water on those right away. Then we have a bunch of cucumbers that were planted by seed, and then a couple in the middle here that I bought from the store because I kind of want to do a comparison on those two. Radishes on the end here, these are all from seed, and then some green onions on the far end with a chive mixed in and some yellow pear tomatoes. So that's it for the raised bed in here. And then Kevin built 2 more raised beds outside here. So we've got one over here on the left that's planted with corn and beets, and then today or the next couple days we're going to work on filling this one up with dirt and getting some more plants out there. Eventually we're going to add more raised beds in front of that, and probably some on the side of the greenhouse. But yeah, that's an update on the greenhouse. Little spritz helps to cool the plants down when they get too hot. Whoops. Works on husbands too.
So I ended up adding a cage for the squash. So we got the squash that kind of goes around this cage I made. I'm going to give this a try anyway, see how well it grows up around this instead of a straight trellis. I have another one that I'm going to use for the cucumbers. So that'll go right there. Right now we have, I think, 12 small cucumber sprouts, and then the 2 that we purchased, so 14 total. So I'm going to put a cage up in there too and see if we can't get the cucumbers to grow up that one. See how it goes this year.
So this is our first year with the greenhouse. Obviously we just finished it. We just got our hydroponic plants in here. One of the things we're concerned about is midsummer, when it's July, August. What is it going to be like in here? Is it going to be too hot? We do have the hardware cloth along the bottom, so we get airflow through there. We do have some small windows up at the top here to let some of the hot air out. We do obviously have the doors here to get airflow through the greenhouse, but we're still concerned that it's going to be too hot in the middle of the summer for our plants. So we are looking into getting some shade cloth to put up and over the top of the greenhouse all the way down. That is like 50% shade cloth, so that will stop half of the sunlight from beaming in here, and we're hoping it'll bring the temperature of the greenhouse to the same as it is outside. So I don't know if any of you have any experience with having hydroponic plants out in a greenhouse situation. I know a lot of people start their plants in the greenhouse and then they move them outside into their gardens, but this is a little different situation and we've never done it before. So if you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, please post them below, shoot us an email, leave a comment, anything you can do to kind of help us through this process. We're just kind of winging it as we go, so any help you can give us is appreciated. Thanks. We do have another garden on the property that Kevin is currently tilling up. This garden got overrun with weeds, as you can see. Last year we didn't get too much out of it, so he's going to till it up. We're going to clean it out. We're going to put down some hardware cloth in here. Some of the seeds and some of the things that I've got started in the greenhouse, we're going to maybe move over here. So this is another project we're working on. Continue on with the whole garden scheme. It's coming up at the end of May here. It'll be June soon, so we've got to get everything planted that we want this summer. So it's a beautiful evening in Minnesota. It's about 70, 75 out. So if you want to see the progress we make on our garden and the greenhouse and the raised beds, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share these videos with your friends if you think it's something they're interested in, if they have any experience in gardening and hydroponic gardening, and you can offer me some suggestions, that'd be great. So we'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye. Pretty babies. Give them a little bit of grass. Hi, hon. Hi. 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 Hi, pretty. Hi, pretty. Pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty. Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared. I'm gonna hurt ya. I'm gonna hurt ya. This is my little fuzzy foot. This is my little fuzzy foot. Hi, Benny.